Παιδιά, ο Άνταμ είναι επαγγελματίας οδηγός drift και όχι ένας τυχαίος, είναι πρωταθλητής Ευρώπης.
Adam Zalewski.
Καλώς ήρθατε στην εκπομπή που υποτίθεται ότι θα ήταν μόνο ένα επεισόδιο. Στην εκπομπή πριν τη στροφή θα πιει τσάι, που δεν έχει καμία σχέση με το τσάι με λεμόνι. Εγώ είμαι ο Νάσος, πίσω από την κάμερα είναι το σισάκι μου. Και σήμερα μαζί μας είναι ο Άνταμ Zalewski.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Adam.
Welcome, everybody. Hi.
Say hello to Greece.
Yes, hi, everyone in Greece. I really liked Greece. Actually, I was once there at the Red Bull showrun. So
Okay.
I was the
Last year
driver.
in Thessaloniki.
Yes, sir. No, it was 2 years ago.
2 years
Two
ago.
years ago with
Okay.
Eli Hontonji. I was the second driver. A really good event and really great
You
people.
did drive on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
didn't
driving
know that.
M4, so you need to go back now. You know. I'm like,
Because from the brothers, the one was.
yeah. He was not there
yeah.
basically, and
Yeah.
I was replacing. Joe.
With an M4.
Yes.
Did
that's
you like
correct.
the BMW?
Yeah, and that's why I actually changed to S58 that is currently in my
That
Toyota.
was the reason that made you change the engine.
Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy. What we learn.
That was the first event with Ellie, and I was driving first time the M4s.
Okay.
And that was the first experience with this engine. So, you know, it was really warm. I think more than 35 degrees, I guess, back then. But the engine, you know, the performance worked really great and all of that stuff. So I was then, you know, 1 month later, I sit with Eli Hontonji in the office at his company and we make up all the plan, you know, to put the engine S58 to my GT86.
More on this later because I have to tell the people who Adam is. He introduced himself already a little bit. Παιδιά, ο Adam είναι επαγγελματίας οδηγός drift. Και όχι ένας τυχαίος, είναι πρωταθλητής Ευρώπης. Επίσης, το μέρος, παρότι βρεθήκαμε τυχαία, δεν είναι και τόσο τυχαίο. Διότι είναι το μέρος που κατέκτησε τον ευρωπαϊκό τίτλο το 2017. Βρισκόμαστε φυσικά στη Hockenheim Ring, μία από τις πιο γνωστές πίστες στον κόσμο. I just said that you did won your championship back in 2007 in this track.
Yeah, that's correct. So basically, I will just slightly introduce myself.
Yeah.
I am Adam Zalewski. I'm currently 25 years old. I have basically Zalewski Motorsport Company here in Germany, in Wiesloch. This is where I live. This is where I basically have my headquarters, I would say.
So you are born in 2000s?
That's correct, yes.
You are currently 25 to 26.
That's correct, yes.
That means that back in 27, you were 70 years old when you became the champion.
Yeah, back in 17, yes, that's correct. I was 17.
So we all need an answer to a simple question.
Yes.
How someone becomes a champion at the age of 17, even without a driving license?
Yeah. So the whole story basically goes back to 2006. That was the first touch with motorsport where my dad brought me to the track and there was a karting stuff involved, you know, racing and, you know, this smell of the burnt tire, I guess fuel, engines.
The two-stroke.
Yes, exactly. Like it just, you know, you start to fall in love with this, yes? So this was the first touch. Basically, then I said that I love karting, I want to try it. My dad brought the first karting and it was like the karting that was at the track. You could rent it and just drive it around, yeah? I really liked to drive, but I was really small, so my dad got the first karting, then we somehow, you know, I practiced a lot for 1-2 years, but it was on the local track. I was 6 years old at the time, so I couldn't compete in any competitions. basically until the age of 8. And then was my first competition where in my first season I actually got the champion of Poland in karting, which was very nice. And then 2009 was also a champion of Poland. So it was a really great story, but unfortunately my family's budget wasn't so good. And my dad said to me that he needs to go away from karting because it's very expensive. And he wants me to still do something with the motorsport. So he's gonna look to buy some old, how we say, shitbox missile car, or stuff like that. And it
E30s.
Yes, E30, but back then it was a few years later because it was 2011. So 2011 was the first car that my dad brought from England, and it was, I don't know, like 800 pounds, 1,000 pounds or something like that. It was E36 with 1.8 ES engine. So I don't know how much horsepower, 160? 170?
140.
Even less, yeah. So I think it's very well-known engine to everybody, and really good to start the story of drifting, basically.
You know, that sounds really great because you started drifting, the training, with the same engine that Sisi started yesterday. Κάνατε το πρώτο μάθημα με το ίδιο μοτέρ. You know that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I understand that your father had a big influence on you about motorsport.
Yeah, I mean, mostly so that you also know that my dad never actually was connected to motorsport in his life.
Okay.
He just saw me, going into the sport in motorsport and just...
In karting?
And he just saw that I love to do this. And yeah, until today, I love, motorsport and to drive, basically, and I keep doing and making my dreams, yes. So it's a really nice story, I would say, but it was actually me throughout this whole time that was trying to push throughout this career to go into this, and there was my parents who just supported me along the way with this.
It was not your parent getting you to the motorsport, it was you driving him through this story.
Yes, there is a lot of stories, even me watching other kids, in karting. I could see a big pressure from the parents.
Okay.
I could see a big pressure from the parents and how mad they are when something doesn't go well and stuff like this, But the kids were not mad, like they were just trying to have fun and stuff like this, and there was the parents that,
You know the story with Max Verstappen?
Yeah,
that his father let him in a gas station because he didn't want to race.
Yeah, that's really big story, I would say. And I hope that it's not as true as it sounds, But it's, I believe that it's pretty true. Not a good way, but maybe, there is a harsh way of making champions at some point. But on the other hand, for me, it was more like my dad told me, you want to drive, you drive. You don't want to drive, just tell me, and I saw everything, yeah?
So, you were 11 years old when you started
correct.
with the E36?
Yes, at my local track, at my local town. It was a first practice was actually at the airport, but it was not, it was not working anymore. And I was just changing the gears, like learning how to use the clutch because I was 11 years old. I'd never done this. And it was a place that, nobody was driving there. From two sides, we had people. My dad was standing looking if people are not driving and stuff like this, and I was learning. And then we went to the track after, I think, 3 practices like that on the airport. That was just too boring. It was too boring to drive all the time, left, right, and stuff like this. So we just went to the track where you have the full layout. Yeah? So at this point, I started to practice with drift car. And then the owner of the track saw me driving, and he was like, you need to try the competition. Yeah? Even though I was 11 years old, he knew me already from 6 years old because I was driving karting and stuff like this. So they were like, closing one eye that I am 11 years old. Yeah, so it was kind of like on trust, Back in these days in Poland, it was not so strict with the rules, I guess. So they didn't have the problem.
How old were you when you started the races, the competition in drifting?
So the very first race was when I was 12. So 11 was the first practice at the track and stuff like this. And then he told me, try next year with more power, because we also put 4.4 engine V8 from BMW to this car. And we switched the chassis to E30. So from E36 to E30 with the new engine. Yeah? So this was the first year of my competition, and it was at the Polish local hometown track, basically. Yeah? This is where the story with the competition started. The level was pretty high, but you know, like local kind of level, yeah. Just to add up, after this official competition, you know, it was more like a local, but already everyone in Poland who was involved in drifting could already see that some kid is drifting at this local track. And I've been seen by the boss of bigger drifting series, at the time the biggest drifting series in Poland in 2012. And he invited me for this competition where, you know, these all stars were there, like Więcek, like, you know, the biggest names of drifting back in the day. Yeah?
So, how old were the other competitors?
Well, they were, yeah, always older than me. I don't think that there was, you know, I think the youngest guys were like 20 or a little bit more.
No one was near your age.
No one was near my age.
So you were kind of like a wonder kid in Poland. Someone could say.
There was the first years. There was a lot of disinformations. Like a lot of people were like laughing that they opened the fridge and I am there because there was some TV stuff going on that I give a little bit of interviews and stuff like that. So good time. That's it.
Step by step, you got better, in bigger championships.
Yeah, yeah.
And later you became a European championship, and a European champion without a driving license.
Yeah. So let's come to this point of 2012 was the last point. Yes, and then I was competing basically in few different drift series in Poland, and these drift series were basically there was no series that brings professionalism, you know, good fun, like good show, good live stream all together. So I was just driving multiple series and trying to find out where I can grow the best. Yeah, and we actually found out that in 2014 the Drift Masters Grand Prix back then was established by Polish people who wanted to make it, you know, like bring it level up, yeah, basically. And from this moment I started to mainly drift in Drift Masters. So from this moment, I think, if I'm not mistaken, first year wasn't so good, but then 2015 I managed to win some battles into the final. I managed to get into the final and place and finish the competition really high, yeah. But then 2017 was this big hit, I would say, for me, because I managed to achieve the Drift Masters champion, and 2018 I was the vice champion of that. So it was a really nice time for me, I would say. I was driving in these years I was driving E30 with 2JZ, 800 horsepower, 900 Newton meters, E30, and it was really great car. But then Drift Masters banned it.
The E30?
Yes.
The E30 is banned?
Yeah.
For being too good?
It's not, yeah.
Because you cannot recycle it.
Yeah.
For being too good or what?
Some things like the car is old, doesn't present itself so good, I would say.
Okay.
At least my car wasn't looking so good, but that was not the main thing. The main thing was basically in order to have the camber in the rear suspension in E30, you need to change the subframe to E39, I think it was, from 5 Series. Or no, it was E34.
E39, M3, M5.
M5, E39, yeah, that was correct. And so, based on that, you need to change the mount points in the chassis. So, if you change them, then the Drift Masters say you cannot do this. So, in a stock original subframe, you cannot adjust the tilt of the wheel, basically, yeah?
So, would
and this
you,
is needed for drifting.
If it wasn't banned, would you still drive to this day?
I still
with
have
the
it,
E30?
and I'm currently trying to sell it because we rebuilt it, and it's currently in a setup that it was back in 2017.
My question was, do you like it so much that you would drive it on the competitions till now?
I think so, yeah. Because I drove it for so many years.
What do you drive on your daily basis?
Well, Mercedes Sprinter. That's my main car.
Okay.
Yeah, I put my own money into the drifting, so I don't really have a daily car.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it sounds weird, but yeah, that's how it is. That's the story, you know. Like, I would rather invest this money into my car or like into my season than look for some other car.
What would it be then your dream car for the street?
There's few of them probably, I guess, but like the most, let's say from the old cars, I would probably like R32 Nissan with some nice body kit, you know, like Pandem or something.
Yeah.
Like this is kind of like my style, I guess. Then somewhere in the middle would be Nissan GTR, I guess, and from the new cars, I don't know from very new cars, some Porsche, I think, like GT3 maybe.
RS.
Yeah, something like that, or LMP1, you know. But then it's not for the road.
Let's get a car for Adam.
Yeah.
We bring you back to time.
Yep.
When you were back 9 years old, when
Yeah.
you have never drifted,
Yeah.
and we say to this young kid that you will never drift, but you can choose another motorsport to do. What would that be for you?
Well, I would probably then,
You can choose everything.
yeah, then
MotoGP,
probably,
Formula 1.
Budget.
yeah. There's a lot of, I think, sports like from motorsports like that, but I don't know, like just the track racing, I guess, and it would be, you know, something quicker, like as I mentioned, LMP1 would be good. Like this is something I,
F3, F2.
yeah, something.
F1.
Yeah, maybe not, maybe Formula. I'm not like the biggest fan. I would like to drive it one day, but you know, like probably that's not my part of the story.
Let's say Formula Drift.
Yeah, Formula Drift.
Hybrid.
Yeah, no, that's not sure what else can it be. Oh, I know. If I would choose, then it would be the cross.
Motocross.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man.
Okay. Like the Red Bull shows and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Because then, like, I think I would go for it.
What was the most difficult time in your career? The worst time that you said I will give up.
I know maybe it sounds crazy, but it was back in 2017 when I actually finished the season here.
Okay.
And I become the Drift Masters champion, and this was a very hard time to continue for the next season.
You had
was,
no motivation or what?
No, it was a problem with the budget. So even after the success, this is not what brings you the sponsors in the end. I think
the politics.
I think it doesn't like matter if you win. Like for some drivers, if they are just interested for people, you know, like I guess some people watch you because you talk nice, like you are a YouTuber, right? You need to know basically how to talk to people, how to make them interesting and so on, and how to make them interested in the video and stuff like this. And I believe that maybe I'm not such a person that I don't interest so much people. And that's why I cannot, you know, get so much views for my Instagram or like social media stuff.
So you are saying that the better driving does not bring the most of the money in your sport?
I mean, maybe it does if you are like, you know, you start to drive when you are really young, and you are going to WRC, like, you know, when you have really big teams and like somebody sees your talent and stuff like this, that you can move forward with this, I guess. Or when you just simply have more connections and you can organize more money, or you simply can do a nice business with companies, right? So yeah.
Someone would say that the championship doesn't like you so much with all this stuff, with the E30 and
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say, but you know, at some point the series, everything has to go further, I guess, and improve at some point, make the cars look better and stuff like this.
So what's your plan and your ambitions for the future?
Well, currently, as every season from 2014, I am focusing on Drift Masters season in order, to be able to compete and gather the budget. So,
do you look forward on winning more championships?
Yeah, I would like to, but if it's already hard to run one, then it's hard to run more at the same time. And yeah, it requires the budgets, and that is what is missing. So I simply focus on in my opinion, the best series in the world, which is currently the Drift Masters. Yeah.
As long as you're drifting, you're happy?
Yeah, as long as I drift, I'm happy. You know, I don't need much in life, except I just want to be successful in what I have in mind. And what I have in mind is, you know, to drive and to be the best. And that's what I want to do. You see, you don't need a, you know, street car, normal car, you know, to live. Just put all your money into some passion, you know.
whoever is in love with cars, if he's not born with a lot of money, then
Yeah, it's a problem.
it's a problem. We live hard, all
Yeah,
of us.
yeah. But then if if you need to work so hard for it, then in the end you are happy about it. Yeah, that
Yeah.
something works. Like
Yeah.
it's not that you just come, you take the money, like bam, everything is done. Yeah, like no, like you gotta fight a little bit for it. And I think it's in many aspects in life like this.
Is it anything more that you would like to say to the people that are watching us right now?
I don't know. I feel like everyone should do what they love to do. It's always hard because we need to earn the money and somehow, live normal life at some point. But yeah, always have some passion in life. Doesn't matter if it's building little construction, things or whatever. Do something, yeah. Because then it brings you, I think, happiness, I guess. But other than that, I wanted to say thank you very much, guys, for helping and for having a nice media day, for testing the car. Actually, the car was almost good. There was some small things we needed to adjust, but in the end, it was working good. And now we prepare for the next competition, which is next weekend. And because of the budget, I still don't know if I go for this competition. Maybe we will miss it.
Okay.
Yeah, this will be actually the first competition that I might miss, but let's see, tomorrow. That's it.
So, that was it. We must say a big thanks to Zalewski Motorsport, to all the team. We were very glad to meet you and talk to you and have a conversation. There are a lot of young kids out there in Greece that are in love with motorsport and drifting.
Yeah.
That would really like to see and listen to your steps as a toddler till a champion. Yeah. So, ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ που μας παρακολουθήσατε. Κάντε όλοι follow τον Adam στο Instagram, έχει και κανάλι στο YouTube, θα τα αφήσω εδώ και στην περιγραφή. Να πάτε να τα τσεκάρετε όλοι. Σας ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ που ήσασταν μαζί μας. Ήμουν ο Νάσος, ήταν το σισάκι μου. Here was Adam. Say γεια σου Ελλάδα. Γεια σου Ελλάδα.
Γεια σου Ελλάδα.
Γεια σου Ελλάδα.
Γεια σου Ελλάδα.
Γεια σου
Γεια σου
Ελλάδα.
Ελλάδα. Γεια σου Ελλάδα. Γεια σου Ελλάδα.
Ciao ciao.